Hi, I'm August Brice with TechWellness.com. It's a beautiful website devoted to helping you live mindfully with technology so that you can feel better and live better while still being connected. Now, part of living mindfully is reducing our exposure to wireless energy. Wireless energy, or RF radiation, comes from all of our wireless devices, but this one is a big culprit because it's with us all the time. Mine's off, so no exposure right now, but I'm going to show you how to reduce your exposure and why you want to. Okay, first let's talk about what is cell phone radiation. Well, cell phone radiation is what makes this work. Like, how do you think we get a signal? How do you think your Instagram feed gets in here? The cell phone antenna sends signal to the cell phone tower, and those signals are RF radiation, or radio frequency radiation, which is a type of EMF, which is an electromagnetic field. So you've probably heard all of those words, but basically this kind of radiation is the same type of wave that comes from our microwave oven, except just not as powerful. However, there are a lot of scientific studies, in fact, thousands of them over the last few years, that confirm that this cell phone radiation with our bodies has a biological effect. And I can tell you, because I am sensitive to the energy, that a lot of people have this sensitivity, which I kind of liken to an allergy. Somebody eats a peanut and they break out. I get too close or have too much exposure to cell phone radiation, and I get headaches and I get brain fog and I get numbness and tingling. There are a lot of these effects. A lot of people have them, and even if you don't have them, it's great to exercise the precautionary principle, which basically says until we know for sure how much radiation is safe, let's avoid it when we can. And that's why we want to avoid cell phone radiation, and that's what it is. Now, how do we avoid it? Well, distance is your friend when it comes to radiation exposure. Think of it like a cigarette. So you can't see, smell, or touch cell phone radiation, but with a cigarette you can, and you can see that smoke dissipate the further it gets away from the burning end of the cigarette. Same thing with the cell phone antenna. The further that you are away, the plume dissipates and dissipates, so you're exposed to so much less. I have found a nice drop off of cell phone radiation with my meters between 8 to 12 inches. I mean, that's nice, but it's not optimal. Optimal is 2 to 3 feet away from the cell phone. And the way to use your cell phone and achieve that 2 to 3 foot distance is to either use it on speakerphone over here or use a wired headset. Even the Department of Health from the state of California recommends, as their #1 way to reduce exposure to cell phone radiation, a wired headset. And I think wired headsets are great. However, Airtube headsets are better. I want to show you our brand new Talkie Airtube headsets with this fabulous comfort bud at the end. These feel so nice in your ear. They're not like the traditional buds that kind of are too big and round. These are just perfect. They'll feel awesome. And look, we've got 4.5 feet of lovely shielded cable, which, as I said before, distance is your friend. I love these. I've tested these. I have been looking for the perfect Airtube headset for 8 years, and we have found them. And I want to show you why you want an Airtube headset. This is a measurement of the radiation coming from the phone. I'm going to process a call. Yes, there we go, dial. Now look what happens to this meter. Okay, we were in slightest, we were further away. There, you can hear the phone ring. Look, did you see that? That's the handshake. You really want to make sure that the phone is not next to your head when you're starting a phone call, because that's when you get this power push, this surge of radiation. So as you can see up here, we're going to scan the phone. Here, I don't want to really show you the phone number, so let's look at the back, but you can see it's flipping all around, but we're getting from high to extreme. This isn't good. This is your signal to get away from the phone, and I want to show you what happens as we do. As we go down the shielded wire, no radiation is coming from that wire, and up toward the air tubes, you're going to see the level go down lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and we are going to get into the slight zone. Isn't that great? That's what an Airtube headset will do for you. Lower your radiation exposure with distance and these lovely Airtubes that stop any extraneous radiation dead in its tracks with a pocket of air and amplify the sound so you get a really lovely warm tone according to our experts. And why do you want to reduce your radiation exposure? Well, all these scientific studies suggest that if we do, we can have fewer headaches, we can sleep better, we might even not have lower sperm counts, which seems to be a really disturbing trend. We can have less numbness and tingling and fewer headaches. It's all really good news. We have the Talkie anti-radiation Airtube headsets exclusively in rose gold on techwellness.com. We also have them in gold and black, but I want to tell you a story. So when I was testing these, I was wearing them at the mall, shopping around. I went into 2 different stores, and this happened twice. This girl came up to me and she said, "Oh my gosh, those are so cool. What are they?" And I said, "Oh, they're Airtube headsets. They're so pretty." Then I went into another store and they said, "What's that? What's that cord?" And I said, "Oh, it's a headset." "For what?" I said, "For my phone." "Oh my gosh, that's so cool." So that confirmed that I was making the absolute right choice. And you know what else I love? I have a matching Faraday bag that you can also find on the site. I'd love for you to come to the site and look around and just learn some more things about EMF. In fact, we have links to all of the studies that we talked about in this video on techwellness.com. So please stop by. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I'm Brice for Tech Wellness. Be well.